All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me for this quick live video in remembrance of the miners that were lost in Sago 20 years ago today, which is, just haunting to think about. So I appreciate you being here. I wanted to do just a little read in a remembrance of the men that were lost in Sago today. Just while you're going along in your daily lives, we, often lose perspective on life and kind of focus on small issues, which I understand, everyone has it rough, every so often, but this is something we never need to forget about. And I wanted to just take a minute and do a quick read on the post we actually made this morning. And I wanted to do that live and say the men's names live and just give a little remembrance today. So before we get started, go ahead and like this video, share it. Follow us on Facebook if you haven't. If you're listening on Apple, or not on Apple, sorry, bad habit. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do stories of remembrance all the time for these unfortunate tragedies. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll read you the story that we have written up about Sago. So a mining cart full of men went out to work that morning, and only one would come back out alive. So on January 2nd, 2006, in Sago, West Virginia, an explosion ripped through the Sago mine in Upshur County, West Virginia, becoming the deadliest U.S. mining disaster since the 1968 Farmington mine tragedy, which I believe that took 78 lives. So at 5:50 a.m., and Sago actually took 12 lives, and you'll see the ticker at the bottom says everyone's name while we're talking. But at 5:50 a.m., a mine professional conducted an examination and cleared the mine for operation. Shortly after, 2 carts carrying miners entered the mine to begin their shift. Around 6:30 a.m., the first cart passed the point where the explosion would occur. 1 miner was killed instantly in the blast, while 12 others attempted to take shelter from deadly carbon monoxide fumes. The second cart, carrying 14 men, escaped the initial explosion. The foreman, whose brother was on the first cart, along with 4 others, attempted a rescue. They were forced to stop nearly 9,000 feet into the mine when carbon monoxide levels became too dangerous to continue. Emergency calls began around 7:40 a.m., including requests for a specialized mine rescue team. MSHA was notified at approximately 8:30 a.m. and arrived around 10:30 a.m., with the first crew arriving shortly after. It took rescue teams 41 hours to reach the trapped miners. Only 1 miner, Randall McCoy Jr., was found alive. He was removed from the mine around 1:30 a.m. on January 4th. He was suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning and multiple other injuries. The 12 miners who lost their lives were Thomas P. Anderson, Alva M. Bennett, James Bennett, Jerry L. Groves, George J. Hamner, Terry Helms, Jesse L. Jones, David W. Lewis, Martin Toller Jr., Fred G. Ware, Jackie L. Weaver, and Marshall Winans. I hope I got that pronunciation right. So initial theories suggested a lightning strike from a nearby thunderstorm ignited methane gas. However, the Charleston Gazette reported that the Sago mine was known for roof falls and had been cited 208 times by MSHA for safety violations. The Sago mine disaster remains a painful reminder of the human cost of mining and the importance of safety, accountability, and never forgetting those who paid the ultimate price. Rest in peace to these men. I'm so grateful for all the coal miners out there, and I just appreciate you all. And I wanted to take a minute today to remember this tragedy and send my condolences to the family and friends who are still suffering from this to this day. You never forget something like this in these communities, and it's just important to always remember. So thank you all for taking the time to listening to this story of this tragedy, and I hope you have a good day, and say a prayer for the family and friends and of these miners today, and all miners out there. Just hope you have a safe year, and before you leave, be sure to like our Facebook page, like this video on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and I hope you have a good new year. Thanks, everyone.